Okay, so let's jump into this and take a look at the funnel editor so we can actually start building the funnel out. So you would just click on your funnel and then click on your page and figure out which elements that you want. There are plenty of elements, plenty of actions you could use, and you can modify. Everything there is great. You've got headlines, text, videos, you name it, we've got it in there. So inside of the rows, you find elements. For example, there's a text element. If I click on the text element, you'll see that it's placed inside a row, and that row is placed inside of another row. And then last, you have that's set inside of a section. Each one has different options which appear on the left. You can go in, change everything, drag it around. It's just incredible how flexible this is. You can change the font size, the font color, padding, which is the placement on the page. It's just incredibly useful. You can choose regular text. You can choose a text headline if you want. So it'll give you H1 tags, H2 tags, whatever the case may be, which is pretty awesome. You can literally just customize this any way you want. You just grab it, drag it over the page, drop it in there. You can edit the text to say whatever you want. Again, change the color, make it bold, make it italicized, underline it. You can kind of do whatever you want to do to it. It's really easy to do this. So I would just say, go in there, play around with this stuff, and it'll start to make perfect sense pretty quickly. So now that we've kind of messed around with that a little bit, let's go over to our elements again. And here you can see this is the headline text. You can drag and drop that. And again, same thing. You can use that. You can use the bulleted list, which is excellent for calling out specific features and benefits of your product. That's kind of a must-have, to be perfectly honest. And you can add a content box in here. Inside the content box, that's just basically a container to hold audio, video, more text, whatever you want. Just gives you a little more flexibility. Again, just jump in there and play around with it a little bit. You can add some images in there. You can add whatever you want. So we'll drag in a video real quick. An image. So you click on the image box, and then you can actually choose up at the top. You'll see image file or URL. Open that up. Here, you'll find whatever media that you want to upload from your computer or that you have already uploaded into your account. So here you can see this is previously uploaded. Grab a video, drop a video in there, click on the video. That'll open up a box. It'll give you the option to pull the video in from someplace else like YouTube, or you can upload your own, whatever the case may be. Audio files basically do the same thing. They follow the same format. Drop it on the page, click on it, open it up. You can upload your own audio files. So this can be to highlight something, quick explanation, could be an audio testimonial from a customer. They're just, so many options. You can add another box, go in there. So the carousel slider, which is what we're looking at right now, is awesome. You drag the carousel over, click on it, add a slide, add whatever you want to that slide. So here it'll be an image. And we add another slide. Go back. We want to drop a video into that. Go back to the carousel again. Add another slide. And then you can just drop another, maybe an audio in there, which is kind of cool. You can also jump in here and add sections, which is kind of cool. It just gives you a little bit more flexibility. It's basically like a little building block, if you will, which is kind of cool. Inside that, you can drop in columns or rows. You can add a divider just to separate sections of the page, so it will highlight more things. Again, inside those rows, you can put in whatever you want, pictures, videos, audio, you name it. So that's, again, super flexible. You can customize this to literally look like anything you want. You can make the links clickable You can add a URL to them, so it'll take them someplace specific to do a specific thing, usually like a CTA, which is a call to action, because you want the person to do something. And then you have your input form again, which we already kind of covered. It's just the email input form. Now, for that to work, and again, everything here is editable, you need to have a couple of things set up prior to, just to make that form work, but you can set it up, and again, make it so it's set to send a form. Otherwise, you'll never get that email from that person, unfortunately. They have a chance to sit down, fill that out real quick. You'll get their information. You can send them more offers after the fact. Now we can go to the form input, and you can sit down and just pick whatever you want it to do. First name, last name. You can add checkboxes. This is also fully editable. You can change the color of the font, the size. We're back into this section now with the checkbox. One of those things we use that for is the yes, I consent to receive emails from you. So they have to check that to be able to submit their form. Again, highlight it, change the color. You can add Facebook testimonials to your page. So this will pull in reviews using that subscriber's Facebook profile, which is kind of cool. It's really good for social media and social validation. It helps out with the marketing. You can add Twitter. Pretty much you can add anything that you want. You also have the option to drag in a picture. So you could drag in a logo from somewhere else, like Pinterest, for instance, or something to that effect, and then make that picture clickable. So it'll take them to an account or show them something that you want them to see. You can add surveys here, which is great. You can use that to ask questions and find out what your customers' pain points are specifically. That gives you the opportunity. Let's say 75% of the people say, I'm having a problem figuring out how to build a squeeze page. Well, now you can go make a quick little video squeeze page course, super quick, like maybe 3 or 4 videos, and throw that online. You can put in your questions. You can ask, obviously here, you can add your survey question type, and then you can just keep adding questions and then start adding answers. It's pretty simple. There you go. You can see all the subtitles, and this is what it'll look like when it's done with the survey. And again, they can click to submit, which makes things super simple. It's a great way to collect emails, and again, money's in the list. You'll hear that a million times. And then you can also add countdown timers. Countdown timers are great because it lets you set it for days, hours, minutes, seconds. You have a pretty flexible clock that you can use as far as if you want it daily or you want some sort of delay, or whatever the case may be. Again, when you click on that, you'll see that the options are pretty varied, and it's super flexible. So we kind of dig that. Hang on 1 second. So here you go. You can also have it redirect them to another URL. So if, let's say that the special that you're running has expired, if they want to, they can click to get on a waiting list. They can click to look at another product. They can click to join your Facebook group. They can click to go to your TikTok account. You can literally send them wherever you want them to go. Another great feature is the menu. So this typically would be at the top of your page, or you can put it in the footer, or both. You can add, home, contact, about us. There's so many things that you can put in there. I typically keep these super simple. I don't bother with a whole lot of stuff because basically we don't want to distract people from wherever it is that you set the page up to do. So in this case, it would be to collect emails and send them to either A, get a free whatever, typically an ebook, or B, do that and then go look at a sales page. So again, I don't really spend a lot of time messing around with that. you also have the option to add raw HTML. So if you have a script that you want to use, something you want to display on the page, you just go ahead and drag and drop that script in here, right into the HTML editor. And then once you've done that, you will hit save, and it'll show up on the page as whatever you put it there. So it could be a custom banner, which this is kind of the complicated way to do it. I don't use the HTML much because I don't really find a need for it, but you may, depending on what kind of campaign you're running. And then one of the other things, last but not least, that's super important, if you're getting the same questions from your customers like, can I get a refund? Whatever the most frequently asked questions, you want to do an FAQ, which is frequently asked questions, answer those questions. So basically you want to put objections, questions, you want to put all that to bed and get them to opt in and go look at whatever it is your product may or may not be that you want to sell. So here you go. This is kind of what it's going to look like. How does your product work? Can I get a refund? How long have you been doing this? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Definitely click on the link here or just type it in. Go grab yourself a free account. Start playing around with the funnels and, get creative. It's just so much fun. Once you get in there, it's almost addictive, to be perfectly honest. So go in there and have fun.